Welcome to Encouraging Wellness, where we shed light on the plethora of holistic healing and wellness methods so you can give yourself the power to ask why and become bigger than the condition you are dealing with or the illness you are currently fighting. Join Pamela Worth as she sits down with doctors, medical experts, healthcare practitioners, and those with unique healing stories to dissect groundbreaking practices that combine traditional Western medicine with alternative modalities. Hear conversations that empower you to go beyond hurtful stigmas, outdated practices, and unnecessary labels, guiding you towards a healthier and happier you. Here, we highlight your true worth and help unleash your inner courage. Now your host, Pamela.
Hi, this is Pamela Worth from the Encouraging Wellness podcast, as well as Hello Health. And today I have Lisa Rufsholm. And Lisa, you have done an amazing job in terms of being a consultant and advocate for those really needing nutritional help, as well as performing things like hair analysis. Welcome.
Thank you so much. It's nice to see you.
You too. So I had the pleasure of working with you and getting an analysis done, which was fun and enlightening. And so tell us a little bit about how you got into health and wellness and what you do.
Well, I got into it out of necessity. When I was 36, I'm now 52. I was just really exhausted, totally. And I had 4 little girls running around here. My youngest was 5, and I was struggling to take care of them daily. So I went to the doctor, like we're all taught to do, and they put a Holter monitor on because I was having some palpitation issues as well. And they found some abnormalities and sent me down to the heart center. And after doing the stress test and a heart bubble test, they said they weren't sure what was going on and that I needed a psychologist. Well, that's the biggest way to tick me off. So I'm like, I'm not crazy, depressed. I know it's not in my head. You have some results that prove it. And my friend's mom had been doing hair analysis for about 20 years at that time. So I said, do it. I have nothing to lose. I can feel myself sinking and dying. So we did, and found out my sodium and potassium were so low, I couldn't regulate my heart rate. So when she retired, she left me, in a pinch, and I thought, I'm going to get sick again. She said, no, I'm going to train you. We're going to connect you with all the doctors, get you certified. And I took over, and it's been the best thing I've ever done.
That's fantastic. So where are you based now?
I'm in Minnesota, and I'm virtual and I'm global. So I don't need to see anybody. I send them the hair kit. They cut it at home. They mail it to the lab. I get the results and I go over them and give them their recommended supplement suggestions and coach if they want to dig in deeper to their specific needs with diet and detox.
So when I did it with you, I found that it all went really smooth and really fast. What's kind of the typical time frame that you find when you work with folks of when they want to do something and when you mail out the test and how it works and kind of the process?
It's normally about a 2.5 to 3 week process because of mail. So I mail the kit out. It takes 3-4 days. They get it. They send it back. It takes 3-4 days to get to Arizona, Minnesota, or in the States. And then they'll process it for about 3 days and send me the results. And then I email everything, and then we phone call.
Okay, great. And then in terms of coaching, so I'm sure you find some folks need more hand-holding than others. What does that kind of look like? What do you find most people really need support in?
Changing their dietary habits and integrating a more healthy lifestyle, and then doing the detoxification methods. Most people don't think on that end, but there's 2 parts. There's nutrition and there's detoxification. And we need to get the garbage out that side while we're feeding the good stuff in the top end. So I walk them through that and help them through the detox symptoms that do come up. They're called Herxheimer's, to keep it flowing but not stopping, so they're comfortable and we can get through that.
So what do you find are some of your favorite ways of detox, or favorite supplements, favorite ways? What are some of the things that you often find people benefit from?
Supplements are really great because we can take them and they can do their stuff. But oftentimes it needs a little more push or pull on the outside. So I love near infrared sauna. It heats up your skin in almost like an external fever. So it can burn out a lot of parasitic infections. It can help with viruses that are stuck or dead virus residue. And for people that are slow metabolizers or oxidizers, we don't sweat very well. So it feels really good to sweat. And I'm a big proponent of coffee enemas. It's a mechanical cleansing of the liver, just like dialysis for your kidneys. And it's gentle. It doesn't go into your bloodstream, give you jitters, but it really cleans out a lot of heavy metals and parasites. It takes 15 minutes a day.
Huh, that's pretty wild, huh?
It's awesome. It's phenomenal.
Just to clarify, an infrared sauna is different from a sauna you would find at like the gym or something.
Yes. Near infrared is a whole different wavelength than far infrared, which can have more electrical magnetic frequency and not get as deep in the tissue and as much light. It's a kind of a rabbit hole, but it's much more beneficial. And for little kids, I have moms use just a single lamp on them for their backs and their tummies because they can't sit in a full sauna, and it helps.
And then how long would you suggest somebody uses a sauna?
It depends on the person. So if we do a hair analysis and we know that your cellular savings of sodium and potassium are low, we don't want to do those yet because you don't want to sweat out those precious elements that you have to keep. Those are your electrolytes to regulate your heart and such. But if it's safe, they can start with 25 to 35 minutes twice a day. They could do 45 to 60 minutes in there and get a whole lot of things done at one time. They can do audiobooks, deep breathing, their meditation, lots of things they can accomplish while they're doing their detox that they, just use the time wisely.
Wow. And then you probably wouldn't recommend exercising if you're doing something like that twice a day. That would be too much, wouldn't it?
Maybe just gentle walking so they're not sweating. We don't want them to lose their electrolytes, but just gentle walking would be great. Exercise and movement, maybe twice a week, do some resistance training to keep muscle.
That's fantastic. And then talk to us about some of your favorite diets and nutrition that you like.
I'm a biggie on increasing vegetables. We're not getting enough vegetables by any means. We need about 6 to 9 cups a day.
Wow.
And it kind of surprises people, but cooked vegetables are better. It enhances a lot of enzymes and nutrients, and it kills any kind of a parasitic contamination. So if you've ever gardened, there's little cootie bugs on the backs of all the leaves. So you want to kill those before you eat them. But a variety. So that's where all of our nutrition literally comes from. We don't get the B vitamins and such from meat and fats or even a complex carb so much. So we need to really focus on increasing our vegetable intake. Fruit, not so much because it can increase your glucose in your cells and your blood. So often, I would say 95% of the time, I say just leave the fruit alone for now, which is a hard one for people because they love their sugar and their sweetness, but you can get the same nutrients in vegetables.
Any favorite vegetables?
I love roasting Brussels sprouts and carrots and cabbage steaks. So you cut them about 1 inch thick and put some butter on there, real butter, and salt and pepper, and roast them in the oven. It's just one of my favorites.
And then you talk about parasites. I mean, I think folks understand a lot about bacteria, viruses, fungi, but we don't really talk about parasites much. What do you have to share on kind of some of the things that you've seen that parasites can do to your body if you kind of leave them untreated?
Once you tip that scale and you can't keep them under control, that's when the problems really start. But they do steal your nutrition. They eat first, and then you get whatever they haven't eaten. They do poop in us. So we have to get rid of that toxin, and they can carry 10 times their weight in heavy metals. So when they die off, you have to experience all that metal and remove that. But they can interfere with their mental capabilities. I've had physician's assistants that have had an infestation and can't think clearly and can't work. They can't be around HD TVs or Wi-Fi's because the parasites get very agitated. They just can't function. They have a lot of gut issues because, they're partying down there. Some indicators might be if someone is clenching or grinding their teeth at night, or they're really craving dairy. They love dairy a lot, or carbohydrates late at night. They'll push you to eat those things so they can party all night long.
Crazy.
But, we anti-parasitic our cats, dogs, cows, pigs, chickens, and we need to look at ourselves too. It doesn't matter where you live. You've become contaminated. We eat fish, pork. We touch the dirt with our feet. Animals lick us. We eat raw vegetables. We've been exposed. So we just need to make sure to do biannual cleaning.
So if someone's listening today and they're trying to figure out, okay, so hair analysis, what do I do next? What does that look like? Or What are some next steps that you would recommend people take?
I like to talk to people first. I want to find out where they're at, what they're looking for, how I can help them, and give them options. Some people just want the hair test and to know they're on the right supplements for their chemistry. Some people want to change their whole lifestyle and stop all the toxic exposure. So the conversation is where the magic is at. So I can tell you what can help you the most. They can contact me on calendly.com/Rufsholm. They can go to my website, hairanalysisnutrition.com. There's lots of places. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, and let's just talk. Let's figure out where you're at and let me help explain what I can do for you to help and how many ways. It's pretty amazing with your energy level, inflammation. I can see the glucose, thyroid, adrenal health at the really small cellular savings instead of your blood, which is like your checking that stays regulated. So you don't really know what's brewing underneath it all.
So if you could just kind of share on that a little bit. So if someone's like, no, I went in for my regular exam and my blood work's fine. So how does this differ from like blood work that you typically get?
Your blood work is kind of like a snapshot of what's going on right now. And let's say you ate a Snickers bar in 5 minutes, retested your blood, you'd look totally diabetic. So that's just like a small picture of what's happening today. If you go into the hair analysis, it's a mini movie of the last month of your life and what's really going on, similar to an A1C for diabetic blood work. You can really see where are your savings account in your body for your electrolytes, where are your heavy metals, are they toxic, are they not leaving your body and they're stuck? Where's your thyroid? You can have a great TSH level in your blood work, but your thyroid is totally not functioning and you have all the symptoms, but you're dismissed because your TSH is correct. So we dig deeper into that cellular savings in the long term, what's really going on at the bottom level. I don't really take into account blood work a lot. I need to see the deeper picture. What's going to regulate to keep us healthy? That's its job.
Yeah. Any particular suggestions for anybody listening today? Anything that you would want to share as kind of lessons you've learned, things that you find that people ask questions about a lot? Anything in particular?
Get the best quality of water that you can. I always advise spring water, but make sure that the distributor does not add fluoride to the water. So dig in deep or get a Berkey water filter. I love that. It's very affordable and it takes out more things than the $5,000 machines I've compared them to. They're like $380 for my family of 7. And it cleans everything out of the water from chemicals to some radiation. Increase your vegetables and buy organic. Non-GMO is your best bet. And try and add 2 cups at each meal slowly until you have a variety and you have more nutrients coming in naturally. It's our food is our medicine. And then do a hair test and find out what supplements you really need so you're not wasting time and money and maybe doing yourself a disservice by taking something that your best friend says works great.
Well, thank you. I think that's fantastic. I really appreciate your time today and everything that you're doing to help so many people.
Oh, thank you. And I really appreciate your products. I have 4 daughters and my second one has autism, Asperger's, and the belly health. That has been phenomenal. She became pregnant after she started taking them. So she took a gap and now her digestion is better after her stomach has settled and she's taken them again. So I really appreciate your product.
Fantastic. Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah, thank you.
That's it for this episode of Encouraging Wellness. We hope this serves as an eye-opener to you on new ways to approach your health and wellness. By learning both unique and the best alternative wellness and healing methods, you can live your best life. Listen to more of our episodes at www.hello.health. Be sure to subscribe to the show and leave a rating. Together, let us work towards unlocking you and your family's best self. Thank you for listening. See you on the next one.